This is going to be a video showing Switch O.G, the 2017 Switch that I have, handheld mode in about 10 games, compared to the Switch 2 that I have, and the new Boost mode that just released in the newest update. And just a direct comparison of these 10 games and to see what it looks like in handheld mode, because now they have released an update that basically makes it so Switch 1 games play like docked mode in handheld mode on the Switch 2. And I'm going to just direct compare what it looks like and the differences per game. I'm going to do about 10 games. I will show you the stack of games. I have like a ton of Switch games, around 100 or so, and these are just 10 games that I thought would be good to show off the difference between handheld and on the Switch 1 compared to the Switch 2. And I'm gonna try to do like 10 games that aren't your main Zeldas and Marios and more common games, stuff like that. But this is a little more niche. Some of them are Nintendo published first party games, but yeah, I'm just gonna compare and see if it's a real huge difference. And really, like, the Switch 2 is definitely worth getting if you have a ton of Switch 1 games. So yeah, let's just check it out and do the direct comparison and see how it goes. Here are the 10 games I will be trying. Is Shin Tensei 5, Monster Hunter Rise, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, The World Ends With Us for a particular reason, and Super Mario Maker 2, which most likely won't work in this mode, but I'm going to try both of these out. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Yoshi's Crafted World, Bloodstained and Ritual of the Night, and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. And I chose those games because it's a little variety and not your, well, some of them like Kirby and Yoshi and stuff, but yeah, I want to try those out first. Okay, this is Yoshi's Crafted World first on OG Switch. The 2017, this is not the updated one. This is not the OLED. Original Switch. What it's looking like. And honestly, it looks really good. So, just a little context and what it's looking like. And to me, it looks pretty good. So, I just play it for a second. Yeah, so far looks pretty good. I mean, you know, it's not the greatest, but like honestly, this game looks really nice on original Switch. So we'll have to check it out on Switch 2. A thing I did not mention yet on Switch 2, you actually have to go to settings, and then you have to go down to, I believe, system, and then actually need that on. Where is that? Nintendo Switch software handling. Handheld Mode Boost. Enable that. And then we should be all set with the new update. Okay, and then this is Yoshi's Crafted World on Switch 2 with the new boost mode on. And I could tell you now, just by looking at it, that this does look really good. I mean, it looked good on Switch 1, but it does look crisper and nice here. Just kind of play here for a minute. On Switch 2. Yeah, I think honestly it makes... I mean, this looks... on camera it's a little harder to tell, but it looks pretty good. And even on Switch 1 it looked good, but this makes it look a lot better, honestly. Just a little more sharper and more details and stuff. I mean, like the start screen, this looks like really awesome. So yeah, I think that's an improvement. This is Knights of the Old Republic. If I can remember how to play for a second. Yeah, on Switch 1. If you haven't played this game, definitely check it out. For a Star Wars RPG. Yeah, and honestly, like on Switch 1 handheld mode, it's okay. Let's see, like, look at the menus here. And the text, like, it's alright. Like, I'd say maybe the text on here is a little blurry, maybe, but honestly, it's not bad. That picture there looks not great. Yeah, but this is just Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic on Switch 1. Definitely check it out if you haven't played this game. But looks alright. Let's try it out on Switch 2. And this is Switch 2 Knights of the Old Republic. And I mean, I'm telling you, just by looking at this looks like way cleaner, way nicer. Not only just a screen bigger, but just like it looks a lot better. And let's check out that photo. Yeah, it looks sharper, a little cleaned up, just a little more detail. Nothing too crazy. But it definitely looks better. Like, I definitely would want to play this more on the Switch 2 compared to the Switch 1. But I think it looks pretty clean. Yeah. I think it looks pretty good, honestly. Especially on Switch 2. So, hopefully you can see these, like, and it's not super reflective and errors, but yeah, I think this runs smoother. So, oh yeah. This is Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, and I did turn off the light because I think it just makes it a little easier to see. There's some like noticeable not great. It's like you could clearly tell this isn't running optimal. Yeah, and then like the menus, that's what it looks like. Honestly, it's like okay, but this isn't like, I don't know. I don't know if you could tell too. It's like kind of glitching out towards the bottom there. And then like this, the wood and stuff. Not great. So, anyways, let's try it on Switch 2. Alright, and this is on the Switch 2. And you can see kind of like those edges too, still there. So this game just not optimized that great for Switch at all. I really want to see that wood area. Like it definitely is better. And I don't notice as many issues, but that green tint line is definitely down there still for this game anyways. But I don't know, the wood and stuff, just like a lot of the like jagged edges and kind of messed up stuff, it's still there a little bit, but it's not as noticeable or like as bad as it is on Switch 1. Even with this game, it's just like in the menus, it just looks a lot sharper and cleaner. Yeah, like this makes a difference. Like playing this versus on Switch 1, this is way better on Switch 2, for sure. Moving forward, I'm gonna just have the light on for a little bit and then the light off to see if you can tell a little difference. This is on Switch 1, Spyro the Dragon Trilogy. Honestly, it looks a little rough. Doesn't look like phenomenal, but like totally playable, right? But it just doesn't look like, I'd say, the best it could look. Like it just looks a little, I don't know, like it's trying to process the background and stuff, and yeah, it looks a little rough. Oh, it seemed like a little bit of lag right there. And I don't know. It seems like okay. Obviously, all these games are playable, but for the light for a sec. It's okay, but let's try it out on Switch 2. Alright, and this is Spyro on Switch 2, which I can tell is significantly better, honestly, than what I was looking at before. And it seems like the FPS is more stable too. Like, it seems like I try to go to around the same areas. But this looks way better, in my opinion, and smoother. Like, this looks really good on Switch 2 compared to Switch 1 handheld. This game so far is like the biggest difference that I could think of. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good on Switch 2 compared to Switch 1. Like, making me want to replay all the Spyro games again. I mean, they're classics, right? Oh, yeah. The text, the graphics, everything is just way nicer, better, smoother. And the load times in this game are significantly different. This is way faster on Switch 2 and looks way better. Yeah. Okay, let's Crash 1 on Switch 1. Let's play it for a second here. And honestly, like, it doesn't look great. Like, it definitely looks a little like, you can tell, I hit the light, maybe you can see a little closer. it just doesn't look too good because it's like little, the edges on things are just like not great. I don't know. Like it's Crash, sure. I mean, it looks better than like the OG PS1, but it should for a remaster, right? It looks okay. Just the background images and like a lot of the other little things that I noticed, it just doesn't look great in handheld. It's okay. Oh, yeah, it's on Switch One, so. And here's kind of what the menu looks like. It's alright. Just not phenomenal. Okay, and this is Switch 2. And I can already tell, like, it looks significantly better. Still a little jaggy here, but I can't believe I died there. It does. This looks way better. Like the backgrounds look better. The everything, the animations. Yeah, it looks better for sure. I mean, I'm sucking on now on trying to just demonstrate, but yeah, it looks like everything's like upgraded in graphics slightly. It's crazy how much of a difference um having it in this mode makes. It just makes a significant difference in a lot, especially a lot of these older titles. Yeah, this looks clean. Like I would way prefer, like this is way easier on the eyes. Way prefer this version of playing the game over Switch One. Here, I'll turn off the lights a little bit. Yeah, this looks like way significantly better and like nice decent FPS. Everything is smoothed out. The background towards like the foliage and plants and everything look really a lot better. So I think this is an improvement for sure. Okay, this is Monster Hunter Rise, original Switch. And this is supposed to be like one of those more rougher games. Apparently. I don't know. Obviously, we're testing. So, as you see, load times. I've been trying not to like record too much of the loading, but the load times on original Switch compared to Switch 2 is also a pretty significant difference. Okay, so this is what Monster Hunter Rise look like. Obviously, when it's like more going on and you're fighting monsters and stuff, there's it looks a little different, but as you can see, I'll turn the light off here for a second. It's like, especially when you're up close on stuff, it does not look great. And I heard the FPS drops pretty significantly in areas, and I'm just demonstrating like your normal little gathering and doing stuff area. And I said it looks okay, but like the graphics on this stuff, for Switch One, honestly, it looks alright, but it's nothing crazy. And then I could kind of see some menus and, geez, I haven't played this in quite some time. Oh. Anyways, you could definitely see it like the further you go out too. It's rough. It's not the most good looking. Okay, and this is Monster Hunter Rise on Switch 2. I can already tell it looks better. Let's see the load time difference. Look at that. That's almost like instant. It's crazy the loading times. And man, does this look way better. Like everything is more smooth. Everything looks higher refresh, higher FPS. Yeah, this looks significantly better on Switch 2. This is a way better experience. I don't see like hardly any artifacts or any issues like I was having a little bit with Switch 1. I know a little blurriness. Not with this. Let me turn the light off for a sec. Look at this. This looks beautiful on Switch 2. This looks like it looks like a whole like upgraded version of the game, right? It's really crazy what this boost mode is really doing here. Even like looking out there, like compared to Switch 1, this looks phenomenal. Where I'd get back into Hunter Monster Hunter Rise again because this looks pretty awesome. Like this is a significant improvement, and then the load times on top of that. If you're playing Monster Hunter Rise, it's better to play it on Switch 2 for sure. Alright, this is Kirby in the Forgotten Land on Switch 1. And this is just like the main hub areas. I beat this game, so like I said, it looks, I don't know, it looks rough anytime you're like farther away or super up close on anything. Yeah, let's go in here. Grab us an ability, right? And like it's okay. But you can really look at like the buildings and stuff around the characters. But, if you haven't played this game, great game. But I assume it's gonna look a lot better. As there's just edges that are like could be cleaned up, everything. But this game does look good on Switch 1 still. Like this still looks good. But there's definitely noticeable lines or like artifacting a little bit in the backgrounds and a lot of the anti-aliasing. So let's check it out on Switch 2. And this is Kirby in the Forgotten Land on Switch 2. And I can already tell like right away a lot of the rough edges and like anti-aliasing issues and stuff is gone on this. Yeah, this is way smoother. I don't know, it feels slightly more responsive. But like the backgrounds and stuff like definitely look smoothed out and better. Let me try light off. Yeah, to me this looks significantly better on Switch 2. Like you can really tell the difference. It's better. So yeah, that's like if I was gonna play it more, or I don't think I did the extra levels, the final last extra levels. I would play it on Switch too for sure. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Like a lot of stuff is smoothed out. It feels more responsive. I don't know why, but it definitely does feel more responsive. Anyways, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Yeah, definitely worth playing on Switch 2 compared to Switch 1. I mean, either way, it's a great game, but Switch 2 it looks a lot better. And this is Shin Megami Tensei 5. In the desert area. Man, it's rough. It's really rough on this game on handheld mode, on Switch 1 in particular. It's just yeah, I know it's like a artistic style they're going for this one, but it does not look great the further you get out, or does anything you got going on here. Really need to actually play through this game more and finish it. But handheld mode on Switch 1, yeah, that's what the desert is looking like. Let me turn the light off for a sec. You could really tell with like the leaves and shit in these areas. That's just, it's rough. So. Okay, and this is on Switch 2, Shin Megami Tensei 5. And I mean, if you can't tell already, this looks significantly better. It still has the art style and everything, but this looks a lot better and nicer to play. And I'll hit the light here. Yeah, this looks way nicer. The foliage and the plants and the distancing out in the desert. This is a significant upgrade for this game. If you're playing in handheld mode for sure. Yeah, this looks way better. Just like looking at things that are like nice and sharp and nice, cleaned up. Yeah. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is man, this looks nice on Switch too. I'll have to play through this game completely and actually finish it. So, but yeah, this looks good. I'd say a huge difference compared to Switch 1. Like even just looking at the grass blades and everything, for sure. Oh. Yeah, it looks way better. Okay, and now for some touchscreen only games pretty much. I just wanted to see obviously for Mario Maker. I'm not good at creating stages at all, but the touchscreen is good enough, right? That it works. And I'm just gonna test some touchscreen if works on boost mode on Switch too. So obviously trying that out. Okay, the Super Mario Maker 2 with boost mode, which I heard the touchscreen doesn't work on boost mode. Seems to work. So I don't know. And you got way more screen to work with if you're into that. I also heard that you can, this is one of those games too, that you can use like you can use the controller as a mouse. I don't know. The touchscreen seems to work, so I guess figured that out pretty quickly. Yeah, it works. I don't know. And boost mode, just to verify, because I'm sure people want to know. We are on boost mode. So, touchscreen games do work on boost mode, or at least Mario Maker 2. That's the World Ends With You Final Remix. It's like pretty much all touch controls of this game, if you're not familiar. And, you know, it works as intended on Switch 1. Also, a pretty awesome game if you have not played this at all. Yeah, because, like, there's no... It's all touchscreen with this game. So, I definitely want to try this with boost mode. Just to see if it's possible. So, let's check it out. Okay, moment of truth. I'm on boost mode, so seems to work just fine with boost mode. With if anything, more responsive, right? Yeah, I'd say all the touchscreen games I've tried seem to work. So pretty cool. These games were just like games I wanted to try the touchscreens with, games that are just focused on touchscreen work on boost mode, and they seem they do. So, what's my verdict on the new boost mode for the Switch 2? Is that it makes almost all games look better, load faster, use higher refresh rates, less dropped frames. The boost mode is a significant upgrade for Switch 1 games on handheld. Of course, I still think even in docked mode, Switch 1 games look great on Switch 2 in docked mode, but on handheld now with this boost mode look really good. As you could see in all the different games I tried, these are just 10 games I wanted to try. A couple touchscreen games that I wasn't 100% sure if they were going to work or not under boost mode. They seem to work. Super Mario Maker 2, The World Ends With Us Final Remakes seem to work great. And all the games have improved load times. All the games look slightly smoother and better. All the games seem to have a more stable FPS. Obviously, it could go in depth playing the games more and more, but for the little bit I did play of each game, of just opening stuff, looking at text, looking at backgrounds, looking at anything that was like looks like artifacting on Switch 1 handheld compared to Switch 2. And that's why I wanted to compare from OG Switch to Switch 2 boost mode, not just boost mode off or on Switch 2. I want no, let's look at what you're coming from, especially if you don't have a Switch 2 and you're like, what's if you have a library of 50 plus Switch 1 games like me, or I got around 100 or so, it just like makes your entire library look better. Does it make Switch 1 obsolete? No. I mean, you can still play Switch 1 and have a great time and enjoy the games for sure. You could. But is almost every aspect of playing the game on Switch 2 compared to Switch 1 is better. So like I think that's a great thing, like a real positive thing for gaming, and all your Switch 1 games working on Switch 2 with better hardware. That's wonderful. Yeah, I think this was a good experiment, and I'm sure more games throughout time will be known what runs better. In my opinion, almost every game looks better and every game loads faster. Even just a little slight differences. some games there's not that much difference. In other games, it's a huge difference. So, I think it's a huge improvement. I'm glad they dropped this update, and yeah, it's fun testing out some games and checking them out. I hope you enjoyed this experiment. And if there's more games you want me to try specifically, I tried to avoid like bigger titles and Zelda titles, but maybe some more niche stuff that's like limited run games or just games you don't see very often. Um, I'm assuming they're gonna be look better off based off my just testing with like 10 games. Um, yeah, I think it's a great improvement and it's worth getting a Switch too. If you have a large Switch One library, for sure, and especially if you could buy games secondhand. I know there was like some issues with like count locking or something, but like I don't know. Any games I've tried like seem to be fine. I have used one, so um, yeah, it's a great experiment to see how much improvement the Switch 2 really is, and the hardware is significantly better than Switch 1. And playing handheld now, I almost like don't ever want to play handheld Switch 1 games, and if I do, it'll be on Switch 2 for sure. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for checking it out.